Dear parents and students, I just wanted to contact you once again regarding the return to school in Term 2. It is a great blessing that as a country, the pandemic hasn't taken hold in the same way it has in other areas. Our thoughts and prayers go to those people suffering around the world, whether it is through loss of life, employment, or the impacts of isolation on issues like mental health and domestic violence. It is important at times like this not to look to ourselves, but, as Jesus says, to look to others and how we can love and care for them. Based on the advice from the New South Wales Government, Carinya will commence Term 2 in the same way that we finished Term 1. This means, where possible, parents are to keep children at home where they will engage in our virtual online platform. Carinya, like every school in New South Wales, will be open, and no child will be refused entry during this time. This means parents continue to have some discretion regarding whether they send their children to school based on their individual circumstances. For those students coming to school, they will learn as students at home will be through our virtual learning platform. The New South Wales Premier has said that from week 3, schools will commence a staggered return to schooling to provide some face-to-face teaching for students 1 day a week. This hopefully will help transition to a return to normal schooling at the start of Term 3. We are currently working out how we can stagger students' return to school and how this will look for families. We will give you more details to how this approach will work as more information becomes available. These are obviously complicated and trying times, and we do ask for your patience and understanding as we try to follow all the guidelines from our governing bodies. At the start of Term 2, we will be taking greater measures to care for our students and staff at Carinya. All staff and students coming into the school will be screened, and they will have their temperature checked using a non-contact digital thermometer, and will be asked questions including, do you have a sore throat? Do you have a runny nose, a temperature or a cough? And is anybody at your house sick? Upon entry to the school grounds, you will see barriers directing all staff and students to the entry points. In Tamworth, gumnuts and prep children will be checked outside the ELP gate. If you are in kindergarten to year 12, the 2 entry points to the school will be 1 outside the PAC foyer and 2 outside the administration block. So if you normally get dropped off in the morning, we would expect you to get scanned at the PAC foyer. And if you catch a bus to school, you'd move to the entry point outside the administration block. Upon entry to the Gunnedah campus, you'd be directed to the single entry point at the front of the school on Elgin Street. In accordance with the advice provided to us from the Department of Health, we ask all parents to collect their children if they present with any symptoms of illness. In an effort to keep our community safe, the threshold for what constitutes an illness is low, and we do ask for your cooperation as we enforce this measure. Our teachers are looking forward to the start of school and providing the best care for your kids, either at home or at school. Please remember, if there are any problems, always feel free to get in contact with us, and we will work hard to respond to any issues as quickly as we can. I thank you again for trusting us in the education of your children, where we seek to bring glory to Jesus as we work together as a community to learn about God's world.